Ladies and gentlemen, before we get started, here at Ivy Talks Podcast Network, we're doing a subscriber giveaway. We'll be doing a giveaway on the 1st and the 15th of every month for $50 for a random subscriber. All you have to do to enter is subscribe, comment on any video, and you'll be entered for a chance to win. And once you do it once, you're entered for life. And it's going to be on the 1st, 15th of every month. A random subscriber will be chosen to win $50. As you grow, that money will go up. So go ahead, subscribe, comment to enter. Enjoy the show.
Go.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the WNBA coverage. Has we can do two today because Fever and
Right.
Atlanta Dream just ended.
Just ended.
Oh, snap. Perfect. We can talk about that. All right.
Oh, let's go.
All
Wait.
right.
Wait, hold up. Honey, I want to see how close it was. I was studying, so I wasn't. Uh,
Bet. Well, while you do that, I just want to go over some quick awards that have been announced for the WNBA for regular season different awards. So, shout out to the Golden State Valkyries. Veronica Burton named the most improved player. As you guys have heard me talk about Veronica a little bit this season, I'm bought in with her and Thornton for the Golden State Valkyries. They did just lose in the first round, but they put up a good fight. It went to game
mhm.
three, and I think they have a promising squad set up for future years to come because they were also the first team to be in their first season as a team to make the playoffs. And I believe they have the record for most wins for a team in their first year as a team being established. So shout out to Golden State Valkyries, Veronica Burton, and also shout out to Golden State Valkyries head coach, Natalie Nakasi, because she won coach of the year for the Golden State Valkyries again because of the success they've had as a their first year as a team and things like that. And I think they've pretty much impressed, or I guess I'll say surprised. They definitely have impressed and surprised the
Everyone, I would say.
the league because again, their first year, usually the team doesn't make the playoffs. They usually don't do too well, this, that, and the third, and they've done really well. And again, I think they'll be a competitive team moving forward so far. Also, shout out to Paige Beckers for Dallas Wings. She wins Rookie of the Year. Obviously, I don't think there was any other choice but
Ah,
Paige Beckers. She had a phenomenal debut season, averaged 19 something points per game. She's also, I believe, averaged the most points per game by a rookie for the Dallas Wings in franchise history. So
yeah, she is.
shout out to Paige Beckers. Then also shout out to Alana Smith and Aja Wilson for tying in the Defensive Player of the Year. So I believe this is the first time the
First time
awards,
ever.
yeah, first time ever award was tied. They both received 29 votes. It's interesting because there's 72 voters. It's interesting that they made it an even number. You would think they keep it an odd number so there wouldn't be ties.
Yeah, but
But yeah,
I don't think the NBA does it like that. I think the NBA it's an odd number, so I would think the WNBA would be an odd number too. But
yeah. But either way, they both win Defensive Player of the Year. Not only that, but for Aja Wilson, this is going to be third
mm-hmm.
her
Yeah, her
third
third.
Defensive Player of the Year. She won back to back in 2022, 2023, and now she's won in 2025. So, and also she led the league in blocks that we talked about last week. So, shout out to Aja Wilson and Alana Smith. Now, we're going to get straight into it. Straight into it. We're going to talk about the series matchups. Let's talk about the Minnesota and Golden State Valkyries first because we have the notes for those, and
Mm-hmm.
we'll kind of go off the cuff for the
The Fever.
Fever and Fever and Atlanta game because the game, the series hadn't ended yet. I didn't get a chance to get my notes together. But Minnesota Golden State Valkyrie game one, Minnesota wins 101-72. It was a pretty dominant win. Veronica
Mm-hmm.
Burton, 14 points, 5 rebounds, 7 assists, 3 steals, and a block. Nafisa Collier, 20 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists, and a steal. And game two, Minnesota wins. It was a dog fight to the end. They came back from what, 17 or something like that.
17 down. I think they were down 17, around 17 going into halftime. And the second half, Minnesota just went on one.
Just dominated. Nafisa Collier, 24.7 rebounds, 4 assists, and a steal. Veronica Burton, 13.6 rebounds, 9 assists, 4 steals, and a block. So from that, what did you see from both teams in that series? Obviously, Minnesota swept, kind of what we were expecting from the team that's been the number one team all season. They've been playing dominant all
Hmm.
season. What did you see in that matchup for Minnesota that really worked for them?
Well, obviously, game one, Golden State didn't play horrible, but first playoff game ever against the number one seed. So
Mm-hmm.
there is a little bit I wouldn't say fear, but shock for sure. Because the intensity is different. As people say, the lights are brighter. So
Yeah.
I expected game one to be a blowout. And then game two, let's see. I watched the first half and then I was studying again. I was like, let me check the score. I know game's on. Let me check the score. And I saw the last 5 minutes. Yeah, the last 5 minutes of the game. Bro,
Mm-hmm.
that I was on the edge of my seat, man. Like it was back and forth and back and forth. And when ah I'm drawing a blank on her name now. She's the second leading scorer or like the second go-to man for Minnesota.
McBride.
No,
Um,
shoot. Pink. All I know is she got pink hair. God, uh, oh, it's killing me. But anyways, she hit the go-ahead shot from Minnesota. It's
Williams.
yes, thank
There we
you.
go.
She hit the go-ahead shot for Minnesota with about 24 seconds to go. That put them up one, and they were able to stop the Valkyries for the rest of the game. Um, and I that was probably one of the most exciting playoff games I've seen in a minute, men or women. But I gotta give it up to Golden State. They did put up a fight.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I know we were kind of debating if it was going to be an easy sweep for Minnesota, but obviously game two wasn't. But in good for Minnesota. I'm happy for them. And I'm also happy for Golden State for putting up the fight they did in the second game just to,
Yeah.
to prove that they were there and they weren't just finna get blown out by like 20, 30 both games type.
Yeah. So what's interesting to me is, and I think this is a testament to Minnesota having that it factor.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna break this down. When you're looking at we're just looking at game two, right? In terms of production, especially first half, the Golden State Valkyries were absolutely dominant.
Yeah.
So if you look at 3 pointers, Golden State 50% from the three, Minnesota was 29%. Free throws, Valkyries were 78%, Minnesota was 50. And when you look at the breakdown, the Valkyrie had more steals, they caused more turnovers, they got more points in the paint, they had more fast break points, they had more points off of turnovers, they had a 17-point lead, and yet Minnesota still found a way to dig deep and get the dub. I think that's a factor that's going to be important come come finals if they make
Mm-hmm.
it that far, which they are the favorite to make it that far. I think
Yeah.
that's going to be one of those things that's extremely hard about this team is it doesn't matter if you get up 20, if you take your foot off the gas, they have the athletes to chip away at the lead in the third. You're
The
going to look up
experience
halfway through the
too.
fourth, and it's going to be a 5 point game. You're going to wonder what happened. We were up 20. Now they're 2 possessions away from tying the game.
Yeah, blink of it happens in a blink of an eye. And I think also what played a big factor in Minnesota coming back was their experience. Like we said
100%.
in the pod before, is that they were literally just in the finals last season. And they're
Yeah.
the number one team this year. So, I mean, it's still an incredible comeback for them. I'm not denying anything about that, but it's just it shows that there's still the Valkyries still have a lot more experience
Yeah.
need to gain to if they ever find themselves in that type of playoff situation again, they'll be like, oh, okay, we can't, relax a little bit once
Right.
you got a 17-point lead. You gotta stay on that gas the whole time.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. Now, breaking news, as this just happened tonight, and this will be posted tomorrow. So this literally happened last night. If you're listening to this the day it drops, we're going Indiana Fever, Atlanta Dream. Indiana Fever, the big underdog. Atlanta Dream's one of those teams we were talking about that were in the
Mhm.
top three all season. Very well-rounded team ball, team defense. And they were the heavy favorite to win. Game one, Dream goes up, wins 80-68. Then in game two, Fever wins 77-60. Pretty large margins there. And then today, by a narrow escape, Indiana Fever gets the dub against the Atlanta Dream. And that's an Indiana Fever without Caitlin Clark,
Caitlin
their
Clark,
best player. So break down the matchup that you saw there between Atlanta and Fever.
Kelsey Mitchell, Aaliyah
Dog,
Boston.
dog,
They
dog.
did what I expected them to do. I mean, they played how they've been playing, but stepped it up more. I mean, yeah, they got blown out the first game. All right, how do you
Mhm.
respond? Blow them out the second game in your
Yep,
own place.
yep,
And kudos to them for going back to Atlanta and getting the win tonight by, I mean, win's a win, 2 points, 17 points, whatever.
yeah,
They came back in Atlanta, elimination game for both teams, and beat Atlanta in their home without Caitlin Clark. So I think it just shows just the grit of Indiana entirely, and that they are a team even without Caitlin Clark.
yeah, 100%. Um, and then especially from this game that just ended, it don't Fever. I think they wanted it more. If you look at just
Hmm.
the from a rebounding, which rebounding isn't a skill. Rebounding is pure effort and it's pure will. Rebounding, um, where is it at? Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, offensive rebounds, 11 offensive rebounds, which is very crucial to get second chance points. Now, Atlanta in the second chance points category got more second chance points than a Fever, but the Fever was out rebounding and they were getting to the free throw line. They shot 17 for 24 free throws, giving them 71% from the free throw line. They were finding ways. They were 24 assists. They're getting the ball passed around. Aaliyah Boston with a double double. Yeah, 14
Uh-huh.
points, 12 rebounds, 6 assists, and a steal. So also
Yeah.
passing the ball. And not only that, turnovers. And here's the interesting thing about the turnovers. Atlanta got 14 turnovers and Fever got 6. So Atlanta caused more turnovers. But if you look at points off turnovers, out of those 14 turnovers, Atlanta only capitalized on one of them. They got 2 points off of turnovers.
Yeah, that's
Fever
a
got
horrible.
Fever got 15 points off of their 6 turnovers. So it was their ability to not only offensive rebounds for second chance points or to give themselves a chance, but when you got a turnover, they made it a point or an emphasized converting those turnovers into points, 15 points off of turnovers to Atlanta's 2, which is that's the game right there.
Yeah, that really is because
They won by 2. That's the game right there.
yeah, that really is because I mean, okay. or not Indiana. Atlanta have 14 turnovers that Indiana caused. All right, but if you stop them, only let Indiana get, maybe 6, 8 points off it. Yeah, game might be a little different, but they were able to score more points than they caused turnovers, and and Atlanta could only get a basket off of the 6 turnovers they caused. That's
14.
mm, what'd you say?
So at
I thought you said Atlanta had 14 turnovers.
they caused 14 turnovers.
Oh, okay. I heard that wrong then. My bad.
But to your point, they caused 14, they created 14 turnovers. They made Atlanta turn the ball over 14 times. They still only got a basket off of that. So it's
Yeah, that's
still to your same point, you gotta capitalize off those mistakes
I
better.
say that is one of two things. That's horrible offense off of turnovers, off the turnover by Atlanta, but then amazing defense and recovery defense off the
Mm-hmm.
turnover from Indiana because it's hard getting back, especially if it's a tip pass and it's already way out there. It's hard getting back on defense or just scrambling to set up when you have a bad turnover. So you got to give kudos to Indiana for only letting Atlanta get a basket off all their
Yeah.
turnovers they had. So uh it was great. Honestly, I didn't I saw the series going 3 games, but I did have Atlanta winning.
Mm-hmm.
So this was a surprise, but I mean, Aaliyah Boston, Kelsey Mitchell did what I said they needed to do, and
Yeah.
I mean, let's see, Kelsey Mitchell popped off for 24 points. Leah Boston had a double-double. You got Natasha Howard going for 12 points. Lexi Hall
Mm-hmm.
had 10.
Mm-hmm.
Sims had 16, and then the highest scoring for Atlanta was Gray. She had a double double. She had 19 and 12. But only one, two, three, only four. Yeah, only four players in the Dream had double digits. One, two, three, four. Am I counting? One, two, three, four. And Fever had one more player, 5 players in double digits, but I mean,
Yeah.
sometimes that's all it takes is that one
Yeah.
extra person. So, I mean, great series and props to Indiana. I know they fan base happy right now.
Oh yeah. It's exciting. So looking next to the semifinals, the Minnesota Lynx are going to play the winner of Phoenix Mercury in New York, and the Indiana Fever are going to play the winner of Aces and Seattle, which they're playing their game
Right
three
now.
tonight. So
Yeah.
we'll put theirs in probably tomorrow. We'll do theirs in the next episode. So what do you Minnesota's kind of easy about like because I'm gonna ask, what do you think the teams need to do to be successful in the semifinals? I won't. Let's not talk about Minnesota because Minnesota just has to keep playing how they're playing, right? But since
Mhm.
Indiana Fever's the underdog and they're getting ready to face another team that's ranked higher than them, potentially, Seattle is 7, Fever
7.
is 6, but between either for Fever, what do they need to lean on in the semifinals to have success to make it to the finals?
Um Turnovers don't have a lot of turnovers. I know they don't really have Caitlin Clark was, kind of their main ball handler, but I mean Kelsey Mitchell, Lexi Hall, they can ball handle too.
Mm-hmm.
They just need to, limit the turnovers. those three, especially Mitchell and Boston, they need to keep playing how they is playing. Um, and honestly, I think just from here on out, it's just um play passionate on defense. Cause if the scoring ain't there, like if Mitchell's having a bad game or if Boston or Aaliyah Boston's having a bad game, um, get your offense off of defense.
Yeah,
I mean, it's the same for a reason. Offense wins games, defense wins championships. So,
100%.
um, that's just my advice or what I think that Indiana should do. And hopefully they don't run out of steam. Hopefully, Kelsey Mitchell and Aaliyah Boston, because they're carrying the team right now.
Yeah,
Hopefully they don't lose steam, because if they do, especially with, I think the semifinals are best of five.
I think so.
So they have
I
to
believe
win
it.
3 games. So, I mean, the farther you go in WNBA playoffs, the more games you gotta win. So I hope that Indiana doesn't run out of steam because if they do, then it might be over pretty quick. But I'm rooting for them. They're exciting to watch now. Especially with how they're playing without Caitlin Clark, and it's fun to see for real.
Yeah, yeah. I think those are good points. The only thing I would say about on top of what you said, go piggyback on what you're saying is also just in the 3 games they played against Atlanta, they out assisted them in 2 out of the 3 games. And I think that is a byproduct of being down your star player. So you kind of
Hmm.
pass the ball more. You have a little more motion in your offense, getting the ball around. And again, like the game 3, you had 5 players in double digits because you're passing the ball around. You're getting more people involved. I think they just, like you said, passionate on defense, find a way to not run out of steam and keep everybody involved, then I think they could potentially have some success in the semis.
Yeah, I agree with you. And honestly, just go from there because, uh, yeah, I mean, they just gotta keep doing what they're doing. And I pray to God that they don't run out of steam because I'd like to see them kind of shake up the playoffs a little bit, and kind of be the underdog since the Valkyries are out. I want to see if they can make something happen.
Yeah, yeah, definitely want it to be an exciting series for
Mm-hmm.
sure. But that's going to wrap up this episode. Again, we'll see how the Seattle Storm and Las Vegas Aces, it's halfway through the second quarter and it's tied 21-21. So we'll see who squeaks that out, but we'll have that on the next episode, which I'll talk to you about like what time tomorrow, what works best. Or does 3 like last time still work?
I got it. And can we do like 3:30? You can do 3:30?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, we
Okay,
can do
bet,
three.
bet.
Bet. All right, perfect. Then, ladies and gentlemen, we're getting close to the semifinals here. We'll keep you guys updated on how things are going down, and we will catch you guys next time. Deuces.